Alright, what's going on, guys? Try back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another review for this month's issue of the Walking Dead comic book series. This month we got the release, was actually yesterday, of the Walking Dead issue 151, which is called Call to Arms. Great, and spoiler warning as usual. If you guys have not read Call to Arms yet, you may want to read it before you watch this review because I'm going to spoil the hell out of it. So this one had a pretty cool cover. This was the one that had Dwight on the cover with Lucille in that, and Call to Arms. He's all geared up. He's ready to fight. He's ready to go, which is really, really cool. So I like the cover quite a bit for this one. And it was a pretty good issue all around. You had a good number of different developments in this one. You had some stuff with Dwight between him and Rick, which was new because we never really had the two of them kind of work together in tandem like that. I mean, you had, of course, Dwight on the side of the Saviors during the All-Out War, and he was kind of playing both sides as Eugene called him out on it, which I believe that's exactly what he was doing, especially if you see the television series version of how Dwight handled Daryl and what he did with that, where he really played both sides and wasn't really loyal to anyone. Really shows the comic book series version of him. I think it reflects, because they've used that character to describe in the TV series how he behaves. I think Eugene called it exactly, that Dwight will play both sides. So Dwight, not wanting to lead the Saviors anymore, leaves them, goes to the Alexandria safe zone and joins the military there. And before, almost right away, since they've even decided to form a military, it looks like there's some kind of time skip between issue 150 and this issue, because basically we go from the part where Rick is telling everyone about them putting together a military to them having one and being training, or in the process of building it and training and everything as it's going, which is really cool. So right at the beginning of the issue, we have Rick is in there. He's starting to kind of train a good number of people that maybe are not experienced with firearms, have not used rifles, or have not used guns too much. Whereas you have someone like Dwight that, being with the Saviors, he's kind of always constantly in flux, I guess, with regards to fighting and doing things. He's never really kind of just lived, seemingly throughout the whole apocalypse, from what we know of him, kind of a regular life like a lot of maybe Vincent and some of the others from the Alexandria safe zone have lived, where they just kind of live inside the safe zone, and that's basically it. They don't go out. Dwight used to being out all the time, used to leading people, used to keeping people in formation and taking lead when someone needs to, when Rick is not really used to what to do in that type of situation, because it's been a while for him as well too. And I like the conversation between them. I like the way Dwight kind of takes lead of this little group as they go out to do some fire practice, some firearm practice, and their shooting practice, and killing a bunch of zombies, but the noise attracts more, and you got zombies coming in from all over the place, and it looks like something out of maybe Call of Duty Zombies, is more keep coming. They have to, so at first they're shooting out in front, and then they have to, as Dwight tells them to, clear them, and because they're closer, and then turn and take care of the ones that are further back, so you're going to kill the ones that are closer. Video game tactics. For me anyway, that's what I'm thinking for video game tactics. So afterwards, you have Rick, who saves Vincent by using his cane, and he stabs one zombie through the eye that almost gets Vincent. I guess it didn't seem that close to me. Who Vincent is a new character that had recently tried to betray Rick but couldn't go through with it all the way. Chose a half measure. That's a Breaking Bad reference. And then goes back. For him, it worked out though. And so then afterwards, Rick tells Dwight that basically he can't be where he is. He can't be in the firing line. He can't be right there as a field leader if, what they really need is they need someone like Dwight who's able to kind of be there, be strong, be a field leader in combat, while Rick is kind of calling the shots, in the background from behind. So maybe like, you have different leaders, right? You have, let's compare it to X-Men, for example. X-Men, you have Professor X, at least you used to. And then, of course, you have Cyclops. So Professor X would be like your overall leader, teacher. Then you would, an organizer, and puts all these things together, chooses the teams, put the teams together, everything. But then you have Cyclops in the field, who is the field leader, the combat leader in terms of on the ground. So you'd say like Dwight's that, Dwight is Cyclops, and Professor X is Rick. Yeah, there you go. That's how I compare it in comic book terms to what we're looking at here. It's pretty cool. So so we've got that. Rick's a liability. Then we've got him telling him he needs him. we got Eugene calling out on a microphone or on a radio that he's, I guess, repairing or just working on. And also we see the group that's firing out come back, and they hold their relatives, people that care about them that were a bit worried, this kind of deal. We can see really cool. We can see some new kind of buildings, things they're adding on. So you got the gate, which is really nice. You've got the borders around. Then you've got like a moat they've put in front of there, which is pretty cool, it seems. And then you got these wooden trees that have been kind of cut off into a point, and they're spiking out of that. And then like maybe a drop section, which is pretty cool. So if they want to kind of drop it and stop anybody from getting in, or they want to someone tries to come in with a tank or something, they're going to hit the wooden I guess spears, which may not necessarily go through, but may cause some kind of to get stuck or something, or some kind of resistance against it, and possibly cause it to get stuck. This kind of deal, which is cool. So just slow it down enough, that kind of deal. Maybe not stop it entirely, but they've set up the whole thing as like kind of like a military structure, it seems, right? So everything is kind of starting to come together. We're starting to see that all come together, which is really cool. Alex A looking good. You've got Maggie. She's getting ready to go back. Then we have Michonne, who Rick tells her he wants her. She's going to go out fishing again. Gone fishing. He tells her that instead that he's got a more important job for her. He wants her to go to the kingdom and tell the people of the kingdom that even though Ezekiel's dead, right? Of course, and he's their leader, so they've kind of lost their sense of purpose without Ezekiel there to lead them. So Rick wants to send someone he trusts. Michonne is super strong, has a good relationship with them. She lived there. They know that she had a relationship with Ezekiel, so she'd be the perfect person to go there to try to get them on their side and try to let them know what's going on. And maybe they have no idea that I don't even know if they know at this point Ezekiel's been murdered by this group named the Whisperers. So great choice there. I think that's a good decision. And then we have let's see. We've got the part about Carl leaving the Saviors. So I thought that was cool. Michonne talks about possibly having, how old is Carl now? Because Rick can't think of who he's going to send to try to lead the Saviors. Of course, there's Dwight, but of course he would be good as a leader of their military or the ground troops, so to speak, too. So it's almost like he needs one other person to go to the Saviors, and they'd have to be super strong. Would he possibly trust Negan to do it? I don't think so. But it's interesting. He checks on Negan real quick too in this issue. Negan's still there for a reason. I think they're going to use him in the future too. And so then finally the issue ends out with someone calling back to Eugene as he's fixing it and saying, do you read us, this kind of deal. So I like this one at the end because, again, you can read it two ways. It's hard to tell which way you want to go with it. We've seen similar in the past before with Rick, calling out that kind of deal and the phone and that and thinking and going crazy after he lost Lori. So Eugene, of course, loses Rosita. So is he... is he losing it too? Is he kind of hearing things, this kind of deal? Because if they did that would be repetitive. So I'm going to say no. I think he's actually hearing somebody, because if Kirkman went the other way and made it the same, it would just be the same storyline for another character, like recycled. And he's too good. He's better than that. We know he's better than that. He's an amazing writer. He's better than that. So I would say that, for this one, it's got to be that he actually hears somebody new. So who is it? What's going on? Is it some other well-developed community? Oof, tough call. Is it like the Whispers or something? It doesn't seem like they would have that type of capability based on their situation. But is there another well-established group around somewhere fairly close by? Interesting stuff. Maybe within 100 miles or something, or 50 miles or something. Not that close, but relatively, in the large scheme of things, relatively within the that area type deal. So good development. So mostly this was kind of a regular piece issue, a part of the story as we're seeing it all come together in the military build up and everything come together. A lot of character stuff, a lot of dialogue, some cool action with the zombies and that. Always lots of fun. Walking Dead, always lots of fun. So to give this one a score, I'm going to rate this one 8.4 out of 10. A good issue. Nothing amazing or anything like that. It's just a part of the story. It's hard to rate an issue by itself because it's just one part of your bigger story arc, one part of your bigger build, and there's lots of interesting things in this one. And it's pretty dense. I did like 8.4. So kind of regular for Walking Dead. Good as usual. Nothing crazy. Nothing spectacular, but another solid good issue. So that's all I got to say for this one, guys. For 151, let me know what you guys thought. Rate your comments below on how you felt about it, and who you think is going to be the leader of the Saviors now. Could Rick possibly send Negan? That would be, I don't know, man. That would be so risky, right? Too risky. I don't think so. But Write your comments below, guys. Let me know what you think. And if you like this video, please thumb it up below. Please don't forget, share favorite. If you've got a Facebook you want to share through, or Google Plus you want to share through, I appreciate it. And if you're new and you want to see all the reviews from me for the Walking Dead comic book series, basically done every single one that's been released ever, pretty much, in either trade form or by itself, you can subscribe at the bottom left. That's it for this video today. Got another one coming for you guys for tomorrow. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace.